Good morning and welcome to the Auto Intelligence Podcast, where we break down the automotive industry's most significant developments with sharp analysis and expert insights. I'm Steve, joined as always by my colleague Claire. We're both part of the Auto Agentic team, bringing you the latest and most relevant insights from across the automotive landscape.
Thanks, Steve. And welcome, listeners. Whether you're enjoying this with your morning coffee or catching up later in the day, we've got a packed episode for you as we kick off May 2025. Today, we're diving into several critical developments reshaping the automotive landscape, from trade policy upheavals to electric vehicle market dynamics and upcoming vehicle launches.
That's right, Claire. As we enter May, the industry stands at a pivotal moment facing both challenges and opportunities that could reshape the competitive landscape for years to come. Let's jump right in with what's dominating industry headlines: President Trump's modified approach to automotive tariffs.
Absolutely. Just days before May began, on April 29th, Trump signed executive orders designed to soften the impact of his previously announced 25% tariff on imported auto parts and vehicles. The revised plan offers domestic automakers a 15% credit on tariffs for parts installed in US-built vehicles and relief from the 25% tariff on imported steel and aluminum.
When departing Washington for a rally in Michigan, Trump remarked, "This offers the industry a bit of relief as companies commit to increasing U.S. production." Meanwhile, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick described the agreement as a substantial triumph for the president's trade strategy, rewarding companies that produce domestically while offering support to manufacturers committed to investing in America.
But it's not all positive reactions, Steve. Industry analysts and labor representatives, particularly in Canada, view these adjustments with significant concern. Unifor National President Lana Payne called the plan a temporary and convoluted tariff offset scheme designed to shield US plants while continuing to treat Canada as a trade enemy.
That's right. Auto Forecast Solutions Vice President Sam Fiorani warned that jobs in Canada and Mexico are at risk with this plan, adding that the U.S. auto industry, even post-Trump, will be less competitive on a global scale than the North American industry has been in the past.
The potential impact extends beyond North America. According to Row Motion data manager Charles Lester, US tariffs could force American manufacturers operating in Mexico to adjust pricing or relocate production, while Chinese counter-tariffs could affect Tesla's US-made vehicles, potentially doubling prices for Model S and Model X vehicles in China.
And consumers should brace for impact too. Market analysts at J.P. Morgan estimate these tariff adjustments could increase average vehicle prices by $3,000 to $5,000 for U.S. consumers by the end of 2025, according to their May 1st Industry Outlook report.
J.P. Morgan auto analyst Ryan Brinkman notes, the ripple effects throughout the supply chain will be substantial. We project potential industry-wide cost increases of $17 to $22 billion annually that will inevitably be passed on to consumers in varying degrees.
Despite these policy uncertainties, Claire, the global electric vehicle market, continues to show robust growth momentum. According to Row Motion, global EV sales increased by 29% in March 2025 compared to March 2024, with 1.7 million units sold. For Q1 2025, worldwide EV sales reached 4.1 million units, representing a 29% year-over-year increase.
The regional performance varies significantly. China leads with 2.4 million EVs sold in Q1 2025, up 36% year-over-year. Europe recorded 0.9 million sales, a 22% increase, while North America saw more modest growth of 16%, reaching 0.5 million units.
In the U.S. specifically, nearly 300,000 new electric vehicles were sold in Q1 2025, an 11.4% increase year over year. EVs now represent approximately 7.5% of total new vehicle sales, up from 7% a year earlier. However, market dynamics are shifting significantly, with Tesla, still the market leader, experiencing a 9% decline in sales compared to Q1 2024.
Meanwhile, traditional automakers are gaining ground. General Motors doubled its EV volume compared to Q1 2024, selling more than 30,000 electric vehicles and surpassing both Ford and Hyundai Group. New market entrants, including Honda and Acura, contributing over 14,000 EVs, and Stellantis brands like Dodge, Jeep, and Fiat, are further diversifying the competitive landscape.
Bloomberg NEF's latest electric vehicle outlook, released on April 28, 2025, projects global EV market share to reach 40% by 2030 and 75% by 2040. Colin McCarricker, head of advanced transport at Bloomberg NEF, says, "We're witnessing an inflection point in adoption curves across most major markets. The diversification of models, improvement in charging infrastructure, and declining battery costs are creating a perfect storm for accelerated adoption despite policy uncertainties."
You're listening to Auto Intelligence, sponsored by Auto Agentic, the pioneering AI-driven platform transforming automotive retail with intelligent solutions that empower dealership teams. Now, back to our discussion about the latest developments in the automotive industry.
Battery technology continues advancing rapidly, with new developments announced by leading manufacturers in late April. Contemporary Amperex Technology Co. Limited, or CATL, unveiled its new generation of lithium iron phosphate batteries on April 26th, promising 330 watt-hours per kilogram energy density, a 22% improvement over previous generations, while reducing charging times by 35%.
Dr. Robin Zeng, chairman of CATL, explains, "These innovations directly address consumer concerns about range and charging speed. We expect these batteries to appear in production vehicles by Q4 2025.
Let's turn to the sales outlook, Claire. April's vehicle sales data indicates strong momentum entering May. According to J.D. Power and Global Data, total new vehicle sales for April 2025 reached 1,519,900 units, a 10.5% increase from April 2024. Retail sales of new vehicles hit 1,284,800 units, jumping 14.7% year over year.
Several factors are driving this growth, Steve. Consumers accelerating purchases in anticipation of potential price increases due to tariffs, record consumer spending on new vehicles for April reaching $55.8 billion, and continued shift in vehicle preferences, with trucks and SUVs accounting for 82.1% of new vehicle retail sales.
The powertrain mix continues to evolve, with internal combustion engines representing 76.1% of new vehicle retail sales, down 3.8 percentage points from a year ago, while hybrid electric vehicles reached a 12.6% share, up 2.9 percentage points. EVs accounted for 8.7% of sales, a modest 0.2 percentage point increase year over year.
Thomas King, president of the Data and Analytics Division at J.D. Power, warns, April's strong performance should be viewed cautiously. While we're seeing robust sales now, we anticipate a potential cooling effect as tariff impacts begin filtering through the supply chain in late Q2 and early Q3. Manufacturers with localized production capabilities will likely gain competitive advantages through the remainder of 2025.
Financing trends also indicate shifting consumer behaviors. According to Experian's State of the Automotive Finance Market report released on May 1, 2025, the average loan term for new vehicles has extended to 74 months, up from 71 months a year earlier. Average transaction prices continue climbing, reaching $48,350 in April 2025, a 3.8% increase year over year, according to Kelley Blue Book data.
May promises several notable vehicle introductions across multiple segments. The first week of May will see the launch of an updated Kia Carens MPV on May 8th, featuring a more SUV-inspired stance, new lighting signatures, and a more premium interior. Interestingly, Kia plans to sell this updated model alongside the existing version, similar to Honda's strategy with the Amaze.
Later in the month, Tata will unveil the facelifted Ultras, while automotive enthusiasts are also anticipating the arrival of the Volkswagen Golf GTE. Beyond traditional vehicles, the industry is watching for new electric models scheduled for 2025 launches, including Tesla's Model Y Juniper restyling planned for May 2025, with an announced range of around 353 miles and improved interior design.
Industry anticipation is particularly high for the May 15th unveiling of Ford's next-generation F-150 Lightning Pro, which promises to deliver 450 miles of range and introduce Ford's new bidirectional home power system. During the company's Q1 earnings call on April 24, Jim Farley, Ford CEO, stated, "This represents the most significant advancement in our commercial EV strategy to date. The new Lightning Pro will offer commercial customers total cost of ownership advantages that finally make the business case for fleet electrification compelling."
Luxury brands are also making significant moves this month. Mercedes-Benz will debut its Vision EQXX production version on May 20, showcasing the culmination of its efficiency-focused development program. In a press briefing on April 30, Marcus Schaefer, Mercedes-Benz CTO, explained, "This vehicle represents our most aerodynamically efficient design ever, with a drag coefficient of just 0.17. The production model maintains 95% of the concept's groundbreaking 620-mile range capabilities."
Let's talk about some regulatory developments, Steve. The US Department of Transportation has unveiled a new automated vehicle framework designed to streamline regulatory processes and foster domestic innovation in autonomous technology. The framework centers around three key principles: prioritizing safety, unleashing innovation, and enabling commercial deployment.
Under the new guidelines, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration will maintain crash reporting requirements for advanced and automated driver assistance systems while streamlining the process based on feedback from AV innovators. Additionally, the Automated Vehicle Exemption Program will be expanded to include domestically produced autonomous vehicles, which will no longer need to meet certain federal motor vehicle safety standards for testing purposes.
The framework aims to move the United States toward a single national standard for autonomous vehicles, preventing a confusing patchwork of state-level regulations that could hinder innovation and deployment. This shift could significantly benefit companies like Tesla, which has identified regulatory hurdles as a major challenge for the deployment of both unsupervised FSD and its planned robo-taxi network.
During the April 29th announcement, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg emphasized the framework's balanced approach. This new direction maintains our unwavering commitment to safety while removing unnecessary barriers to innovation. By creating regulatory certainty, we're enabling American companies to lead in this critical technology area.
The regulatory shift comes as autonomous technology reaches new milestones. Waymo announced on April 25 that its vehicles have now logged over 20 million fully autonomous miles across its operational zones, with a safety record surpassing human drivers by a significant margin.
Takedra Mawakana, Waymo's co-CEO, stated, "Our vehicles have demonstrated a 91% reduction in crashes compared to human drivers in similar environments. These data points are critical for building public confidence and regulatory support."
Now, let's look at how these developments are specifically impacting dealerships across the country, Steve. The confluence of tariff adjustments, EV market evolution, and autonomous vehicle developments is creating both challenges and opportunities for auto dealerships nationwide.
According to the National Automobile Dealers Association's May 1 Industry Outlook report, dealerships face a complex adaptation period requiring significant operational changes.
NADA Chairman Gary Gilchrist notes, "Dealers are at the front lines of explaining pricing changes to consumers. Our latest member survey shows 78% of dealers anticipate needing to revise their inventory strategies in response to tariff-related supply chain disruptions, while 65% report accelerating their EV infrastructure investments to accommodate the diversifying powertrain mix."
Dealership profitability models are also evolving rapidly. Data indicates the average dealership service department contribution to overall profits increased to 49% in Q1 2025, up from 44% in the same period last year.
NADA President and CEO Mike Stanton explains, as vehicles become more complex and manufacturers push over-the-air updates, dealers are finding new revenue opportunities in specialized service operations and customer education.
The transition to electric vehicles presents particular challenges for dealer operations. Cox Automotive's Dealer Sentiment Index, released April 29th, reveals that 61% of dealers now view their EV sales strategy as important or extremely important to future business success, up from 47% a year ago.
All right, that's a wrap on this preview of the Auto Intelligence Podcast. But don't worry, you can catch the full episode wherever you get your podcasts. Just check the links below to keep listening.